All right, guys, what's up? Welcome to another episode of the Business and Motivation Call with your girl, Solandia Hammond, a.k.a. Sue Ham, baby. It's Wednesday, so you know it's that time for us to kick it, right? Give you some words of encouragement, give you some tips and strategies to use in your business to help you explode your business. I am mega hyped, mega excited. For one thing, March 30th was my birthday. I turned 41. But more importantly, it is, April 1st, the beginning of the second quarter of the year. We are alive and well, and so that's enough to just be excited about. I'm going to get a couple of housekeeping things out of the way, and then we're going to jump into this call. I really like the topic today. And it was inspired by something I watched last night. But before we get into that, let's get some housekeeping out of the way. I want to let everybody know, right? My business partner and I, Terry Slavis, she's on the line. I'll introduce her in a few minutes. We were just chit-chatting about the Business Explosion Mastermind that we have coming up October 1st through October 5th. Now, Terry, pronounce where we're going to be because I always screw it up.
Puerto Vallarta, Mexico.
See? Did you hear the Spanish come out of her? Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. So we're going to be there October 1st through October 5th. And we were just talking about all of the niceties of this villa that we have. It's a 17,000 square foot villa. And it's like every day we go and do more research on it, and we discover new things, man. It has a private bar, right, that accommodates 22 people at the bar. And it's all ours. We have our own private beach access. We have a library with thousands of books, a library, okay? We have, I think it's an 11-room villa. Each room has its own private bathroom, private access to the beach. The house has been featured in the lifestyles of the rich and famous. They don't even advertise for it, right? Because 90% of the people that occupy the villa are repeat customers. And it's so exclusive and private that many people don't even know about it. And it comes with, a staff of 9 people that prepare our meals, clean the pool, service at the bar, as well as do our laundry. It's crazy. But anyways, besides all of that, right? Besides all of the niceties of the venue, Terry Clay and I are going to be there to actually lend our expertise to you to teach you how to write and publish your book, how to start online schools, how to market yourselves, how to put on your own events. Terry, what else do we teach?
We're going to teach how to do sales funnels and to virtually put, sales come in systems. And we're going to teach people how to put up their own systems and be able to sell their products via their systems.
Yeah, and if you're saying I don't have a product, we actually teach you how to create a product. We show you that you do have a product because regardless of what you may think, everybody has a product. You just need somebody to dig it out of you and help you put it together. So we do a whole lot of other stuff. And you guys can find out more about the Business Explosion Mastermind at businessexplosion.net. Here's the thing. We only got 3 spots left. So either 4 or 3 spots. So if you're even remotely interested, hit businessexplosion.net. And also, guys, make sure you check out the Sue Ham School of Success at SueHam.com. Now, getting on to today's call, on the line, I have my business partner, Terry L. Clay. And she and I were discussing on yesterday, just some tips of how people can be successful on Facebook. And before we get into those tips, for those of you who may not know who Terry is a renowned startup business coach who has helped several people to make thousands in their business, to turn their businesses around, to help explode their business, to help them put on their own speaking engagement, she's coached people to success and helping them to write their books. She's coached people with helping them to create their own products, create blogs. I call Terry the blog beast. She's been traveling the world, encouraging people to live their purpose and to live their freedom. And the great thing about it is Terry endured some setbacks, okay? She bounced back from homelessness. She bounced back from domestic abuse. She bounced back from being a single parent to being a startup biz coach and to now living the life of her dreams, traveling the world and inspiring others to do the same. So come on, guys. Give a round of applause to Terry L. Clay. So, Terry, I wanted to do this topic today. When should I promote, or do I promote too much? And it was inspired because as I was laying in bed last night, I was watching a clip of Kevin Hart. And I love Kevin Hart because a lot of people are only exposed to the comedic side of Kevin Hart. They don't understand the business side. And I guess I'm really drawn to him because I kind of feel like him. I have this comedic side and I have this business side. And for the longest time, I've always told people to be your authentic self. If you're funny, be funny. You're going to attract the people in your business that appreciate your personality. And so I'm watching Kevin Hart do an interview, and he's getting attacked by other black comedians. And it's sad, and it's insecurity and jealousy because come on, who doesn't know Kevin Hart? All right, Kevin Hart is in every movie. Kevin Hart has broken serious records. His box office hits have grossed over $742 million. He was the first comedian ever to sell out stadiums and to be able to put on tours at the rate and at the level that he was doing it. So he's making history as a comedic genius. And so we got a lot of comics coming out the woodwork, jealous and saying Kevin Hart's a great salesman, a great marketer. And Kevin replied with saying, who better to promote me than myself?
That's right.
And it brought me back to myself because I know a lot of times I'm always promoting my products. I'm always promoting our services or our events, the Business Explosion Mastermind, or any events that I may be throwing locally. And I said to myself, I wonder if other people are looking at me and saying, my God, Sue is always promoting something. My God, Terry is always putting on an event. Why don't they just go sit down? And Kevin Hart said, who better to promote than myself? And I have said this for years, And he said, so they can call me whatever they want, but I'm always going to rep what I got going on. And then it took me back to Sean Puffy Combs, P. Diddy, Puffy, Puff Daddy. I used to think that Puffy was the best marketer out there until I met Kevin Hart. This man uses his social media, and he says he has between Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, between 50 million people following him.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? And he says, what better way to promote? And he said, I hear so many people say, I don't want to use social media to promote. And I'm going to get you in, Terry, but I'm just trying to build up to why we're doing this show. But Kevin Hart says, I hear people say, I don't want to use Twitter. I don't want to use Facebook to promote anything. I don't even know why people do that. He's like, I got 50 million people, man, on these different platforms that I built up that are in tune to me. He said, so why wouldn't I promote to them? Why wouldn't I tell them what I got going on? They're joining me. They're following me because they're interested in me. He was like, that's just stupid. And I was just clapping in the bedroom. I was like, yes, you're right. Because, as a social media marketer, I try to tell people, build your fan base, build a relationship with people on social media, and go out there and promote yourself, And so when Kevin Hart was saying all these things, I was like, yes. Anybody who is not using social media, i.e. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, is crazy. If you're saying, I don't want to learn it, I don't want to get involved, you're crazy. And we're going to get Terry in, but I'm just building up the platform, guys. Then he went on to say, Terry, he said, when you build up your social media and you're promoting yourself, and I'm speaking about Kevin Hart, he said, then advertisers want to come in and say, this person has this many followers. These people are really into Kevin Hart. Okay, now I want to pay Kevin Hart to get on his social media site. Now I want to pay Kevin Hart to get him to give me, a shout out and say this. Okay, now we're going to write a check to his promotion company for him to promote his movies on his social media page. So, people, what am I saying to you? You are your best promoter. Open up your mouth. Let it come from your lips. Let it flow from your fingertips and get on social media and promote the heck out of yourself. What do you think about that, Terry?
Yeah, I totally agree. I actually saw what Kevin Hart said with one of his movies. He wasn't going to promote it, and this is how big he is. That I think it was one of the last movies he was in. He wasn't going to promote it for free. he was like, they should have put that in the budget. They would have put it in the budget. They put advertising in the budget, so why didn't they put me promoting it on my social media, the movie, on his budget? So he did not promote the movie. The movie, people thought he was just going to promote it on his own. So I think that tells you what a genius, like a marketing genius he is.
Yeah, so. and listening to his interview yesterday, he said it's all about a business. He's all about knowing how to position yourself. And that's what I do. And believe it or not, my social media page is really, really hot. And it's gotten to the point where I actually charge people to promote their products on my page. And so, guys, if you're listening in, a lot of people are like, Sue, you got your page on lock. We just can't post on your page. That is correct.
That's right. That is right. No tagging.
And that is correct, because I have built up my social media presence for the last, 6 years, and I am very personable on social media. I'm really in tune to the people I am connected with. I try to keep up with them. I talk to them. I try to give them tips. I interact, I make them laugh. And so I'm not going to let some stranger just come out of the blue and just automatically tag me on something or throw something on my page and just have free promotion. And for those of you that are listening in on this call, your social media pages, Twitter, Instagram, man, that's your business. I mean, I know you don't own it because you don't own Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, but for the moment that you can log in and whatnot and control it, you own it. And so therefore, you need to monitor what you are allowing to go onto your social media pages, because you can actually monetize that. You have advertisers paying you to put their stuff on your page because they know that the eyeballs are on your page. So anything you want to say about that, Terry?
Yeah, I mean, I've done that with my own events. I put on my own events. I used to have a radio show, and I had a show called I had a show called Terry's Favorite Things, and people would virtually pay me to say that their item was my favorite things. Of course, I got the idea from Oprah's Favorite Things, but I did Terry's Favorite Things. And so virtually I would promote their products on my show and a few times before the show just using my social media because of that. So, it's especially if you do like you have it on lock and not let everybody just do whatever they want to do with it, because people will tag you in a lot of stuff. And if you don't do that, if you don't really allow that, especially if you have a huge following, I think we both have, over 10,000 each on both pages. If you have a huge following, that's, if nothing else, that's a lot of eyeballs on a product.
Absolutely. And here's what I want to say to people. Promote yourself, okay? That's the basis of this call. Promote yourself. Now, here's what I'm telling you. I'm not telling you that every entry that you have on your social media platform is buy this, go here, get this. No, that is so unattractive. Matter of fact, Terry, you posted some tips about that on yesterday. Share that with the audience.
Yeah, let me grab it real quick. You can just keep talking till I find my page.
Okay. Well, one of the things I want to say is you are going to turn off your audience when you are constantly on your page saying, buy this, get this. And I'm going to tell you guys, when I first started, I thought that was the only way to market. I thought that was the only way to promote, is for me to tell everybody how great I am, how great my product is, and you got to get it. That is such a big turnoff. Think about it like in a relationship with a man, or if it's a man listening in, a relationship with a woman. When you're going out with this person, right, and you're just meeting this person, do you want to hear them always saying how I'm just great, I got this kind of car, I make this kind of money, I'm just the bum diggity dumb. That's a huge turnoff. So if you've got new audience members coming to your Instagram, your Facebook, or your Twitter, and if they look at your news feed, right, they look at your history, and all they see are a bunch of links. Buy this, get this now, I'm the best thing since sliced bread. Don't you think that's going to be a turnoff?
Yes, definitely. It's definitely a turnoff. And I'm like you, too.
Go ahead, Terry.
Yeah, I was like, I'm like you, too. I used to post all the time, buy this, my links, link. And virtually, and actually nowadays, Facebook doesn't even allow you to just continue to post links. They're not going to even allow your links to show up. Nowadays, they want you to pay for everything. And back in the day when I first started on social media, I used to they would be able to see all the links. And now if you post a link, that